Heavy Radio 9, Most Excellent Edition. This is Sunday, August
Nine.
23rd. And non heinous edition. And well, we
Truly is.
we are waiting for Bill and Ted Face the Music to come out. It's coming out
We are.
next week.
Yeah, and welcome back to the show, Marco. It's good to have you back. Last week we talked about the soundtrack that's coming up. I don't know, have you had a chance to check out the listing of bands on that?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
it is a little crazy.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped.
And
Mastodon and I forget who else. I know they're doing like a special song just for the movie and shit, so I'm excited.
yeah, I actually watched the Matrix last night, rewatched it, and
Okay.
I think it never really stood out to me, but I mean it's kind of obvious, but how throughout Keanu's career this whole like just twisting reality, it was kind of that was the whole thing with the Matrix. Like he
Mhm.
had to believe he was the one to be the one, and then was he the one? But he died, and
Gotta beat
then
the man to
she
be the
loved
man.
him, and it came back, and whatever. It was kind of the Bill and Ted logic, just in a more dark sci-fi way. I thought, like,
Yeah, and he's in Cyberpunk 2077, and he might be a ghost, he might be a robot. We don't know.
I think it. Yeah,
No
it's
one
it's
knows.
great that they're revisiting Bill and Ted because it just seems like everything just comes back to Bill and Ted. Really, just embrace it.
Keanu Reeves is a national treasure, and so is Alex Winter.
Yeah, and
I'm very
and
excited.
Rufus Lives. Yeah, that Mastodon song. That it's just great to hear. George Carlin referenced again in mass culture.
Yeah, it's awesome to get a tribute, and it's just cool to have him one more victory lap. I'm excited. I can't wait to. I'm gonna definitely watch it like as soon as it's released. I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. I
Long
totally
time
fell out of
coming.
my suit of armor on the way down the stairs.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's just logic.
I
That's how
totally got
plots work.
shot to fuck by an agent, but I'm back because
You
I'm
just gotta be.
the
Your
one.
mind has to be stronger. Your mind has to be
Your
stronger than
mind has
reality.
to bend reality. Yeah, that's how it
Yeah,
that's
you
how it
bend a
is.
spoon.
And this is also the in
And
addition to the
I
most
saw it.
excellent Heavy Radio 9 most excellent edition. This is also a joint birthday party for Phil Lynott and Dimebag Darrell, two of the raddest motherfuckers around. And this episode of Heavy
True.
Radio is brought to you by May Pop Tires. Don't cut them too sharp because the motherfuckers may pop. Light them up.
Maypop! It's good.
Did you
So
catch
good.
that at a recent game in Arlington, Texas, in the Rangers crowd? There was Vinnie Paul as a cutout.
No, that's right.
So
That's good.
Vinnie
It's good to
Paul
see.
still lighting them up at the Rangers ballpark.
Lighting us all up in spirit.
And it gets into my first news story. Lots of Phil Lynott news, which is always exciting to me. On what would have been, I believe, his 71st birthday, there was a new trailer for the Songs for While I'm Away documentary. And then also mention of a release of a new box set that has 74 unreleased songs.
Dang.
Hell yeah. I
It's
mean,
like that's like 6 albums, seven. Who knows? 7 albums.
yeah,
That's crazy. I'm excited for that.
yeah,
I don't even know that was coming out.
yeah.
That's cool. Well, I have one not fun news story. You guys out there might have heard it, heard about it. Quiet Riot drummer Frankie Banali passed away this week. So it's sad news. A lot of people across um, the rock and metal world chimed in on Twitter to say their respects and share some photos and stuff. But um, he's a really good drummer. That first Quiet Riot record, especially, is like undeniable for what it did to heavy metal and metal music and putting metal in the mainstream. So, um, You always got to remember that record. It still kicks ass too, by the way. And there's a lot of other great Quiet Riot songs too. So
Yeah, I caught wind of
sad
that.
to hear him go.
Caught wind of that from Blackie Lawless from Wasp. I saw him talking about that.
Yeah, I saw D. Snyder comment, and yeah, so
Yeah,
it's been too many of these recently,
I
man.
know. Last week I heard mention of Martin Birch and Pete Way, and yeah,
Yeah,
rock in peace, rock in power to rest in power to these hard hitting motherfuckers.
yeah, that's part of why we're doing this right now. Is got to keep hold the flame and keep the music alive. So, yeah, like you said, rock and power, um, and yep. Let's do we have a fun one after that one?
Well,
Let's get some more fun news.
well, it's I was just another bit on the most excellent edition. I was reading this interview with Keanu, and he was
Oh,
talking about how so Weezer is on the soundtrack, and I guess Weezer's first gig, I believe it was, they actually opened for Dogstar, and it was like
really?
they had to beg the owner of some club that they knew to let them on a show, and it happened to be, oh, Keanu's band is coming to town, and Keanu, was Dogstar was the headliner, and Weezer was just like the opener that no one knew about yet.
That's crazy. I didn't know Dogstar was even around that long because that would
Yeah,
have been like early '90s, right? Because they
yeah,
blew up.
and
Weezer blew
it's
up not
really
long after that.
crazy how these worlds collide. I mean, it's in very Bill and Ted fashion. Like, Weezer had a big song in Mallrats, Kevin Smith, and now they're in a song in Bill and Ted after originally opening for Dogstar.
I
Wacky,
yeah, that
wacky
would be
world of sports.
somewhere out there. There's people that went to that show, and that's crazy that they saw that combo.
Yeah, and then they also mentioned how the station from Bogus Journey was a typo, according to the writers Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon. They cut a scene from the script that was labeled like police station, but they accidentally left station in there, and they were both drunk, and they just thought a Martian saying station was hilarious, so that's where that came from, according to them.
Good. That's awesome. I didn't know. No idea. That's fun. That's just yeah. That's the beauty of the artistic process. Sometimes if it just makes you laugh, it's worth going for it. Um, let's see. I got a new release on Amazon right now, theamazon.com. Anthrax's Persistence of Time 30th Anniversary Edition is available now, so you can get that on vinyl and CD, and I believe digital also. So that's pretty cool. Their last couple anniversary editions have been super kick ass with a lot of bonus stuff, and the remastering of them has been really well done.
That's heinous,
So they're
not heinous.
exactly, it's like State of Euphoria was a great remaster, Among the Living, and so I'm excited to hear this, get my hands on it.
Fuck yeah. Another thing that caught my attention was there is this study in Germany about how those attending a concert could spread, a virus if they had it. It was about 1,500
Mm,
people in an experiment run by a hospital. They all had to take, tests ahead of time to see if they were sick, and if they tested negative, they came out and came to an arena, and they had this German singer called Tim Benzico, and just kind of had like just have a concert and we'll study it, and those they think they have good data, and they expect to release the results in about 4 to 6 weeks, and it I guess it could be pretty telling to as to when we can get back to rocking out. So I think that should be interesting. No matter what your take on this whole thing is, it just seems like a very science based study. No, you know, doesn't look like it's skewed in any way for anybody's thoughts or beliefs or whatever. So it should be interesting to see that.
Good deal. Yeah, there seems to be light at the end of the tunnel. Light at the end of the tunnel. Every week as we talk about this, and we've been talking about it. So uh,
Yeah,
we all know we'll get there eventually. So it's got to keep hope up, because we'll get back out there.
yeah, and I don't know. I guess I get a sense from my just my living my life, my perspective that people are taking it a little more seriously. Like there's, um, you know, just that's how I what I've been seeing. So I think hopefully that means we can get back to rocking out, sooner rather than later.
Oh yeah, yep. I think that's what we all want, no matter what the hot takes are on it. I think we all want to get back to it. So that's promising news.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. I just saw this one. This was surprising to me. Uh, Metallica came up in the news last week because the Black Album charted in the Billboard 200, and coming right off of that news, it sales for 2019 have come out. And it looks like Metallica was the number two top selling musician in 2019, which is crazy. So with $3.6 million in sales last year, so even was over Billie Eilish, Paul McCartney, BTS, Taylor Swift, Rolling Stones, like Tool, Post Malone, Jonas Brothers. It's crazy that Metallica just jumped in that mix. So the only one that topped him was Queen, which people are kind of pointing to that movie coming out, really giving Queen a boost. So it's just crazy that Queen and Metallica are at the top of the list in that chart. And McCartney and the Rolling Stones also too. To be honest, there's some artists that just keep on rolling, man. So that music stood the test of time.
Roger,
So
Roger,
can't fuck with Metallica.
yeah, Roger Taylor was one of those people that I saw the Phil Lynott news from. He had some really cool things to say about Phil's memory, and yeah, I mean, shit, that Stone Cold Crazy with Metallica and Tony Iommi is still one of the most nuts things that I've seen. Um, yeah, this is
I
the
hope
fact that
that contributed to these
those
sales.
worlds collided, Queen and Black Sabbath and Metallica, and yeah, it's just like um, a
Thanks to that
combination.
documentary, we got to see the rehearsals.
Yeah, yeah, Tony, buddy.
It's a vicious combo. Stone Cold Crazy still rips from Garage Inc.
Yeah, and I honestly think there's a great Mastodon cover of Thin Lizzy Emerald, but I think those Metallica tributes hold up really well too to Queen and Thin Lizzy, and there's just something about that mutual respect and honoring the memory of a legend, and yeah, just have a good time. Have some warm beers in the parking lots.
Yeah, man. Whatever you do, bang it together. So that was crazy news.
Yeah. You got any more news for the folks at home?
Oh, I think I do. I got a few more here. The Scorpions are in the studio
Scorpions.
making a new album. So I've thought they were retired. As a huge Scorpion fans myself, I thought they were retired like three
They
times,
just
but they
keeps
keep then
they
all of a
keep
sudden it's like
stinging
they're
you. They
back.
keep stinging you.
They do.
You
I mean,
think
I'm excited about it. It's just
you
I keep
think
thinking they're
you're
done. They're like,
safe,
nah,
but then you get stung by Klaus Mine.
a Scorpion sting. They're hiding behind desert rocks, and I don't know much else about where real scorpions live to keep
Yeah,
that joke going,
I've
but
seen a scorpion.
desert rocks. Yeah, they'll come in your house. They'll
I've
sting
seen a
you.
few scorpions.
They'll go
I've
in your
seen them in
backyard.
bathrooms, man. I found a scorpion in Texas when I was going to take a shower. There was just a scorpion, and I'm like, nope, not getting
You do not want to take a shower
not going to get stung by
with
the
a
scorpion.
scorpion.
I mean, this isn't the what is that song? I don't know, the music video where they're getting chased by groupies. I,
Oh, the one from
oh yeah, in the
Damn it.
Yeah, I
The
can hear
third
the
song
vocal
on.
melody, but I can't picture. They're just getting chased by like angry husbands and fathers and shit.
Oh, I Can't
I
Stay,
can't
right?
stay.
It's the
Yeah,
third
I
song.
can't stay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could hear the chorus. I could think, yes. No, it's not
I
that.
like
That was not
how
what you were
the
experiencing.
Scorpions have a number of music videos that could just be pornographic films. Like in if it just gets a little taken a little further. Um,
Yep. Aspirational.
yes, aspirational.
Great. That the 80s were a great time of ridiculous videos that no one would ever make again. But they're making another record, so craziness. But I'm here for it, man. Sign me up.
I mean, I'm not gonna not listen to it.
No, I'll check it out. Let's see what else I got here. This I didn't know about, or if I did hear about it back in 2007, I must have forgotten. But Corey Taylor of Slipknot and Stone Sour was in talks to be
Never heard of
join
him.
Anthrax. Have you heard of this guy?
Never,
I didn't name both of his
never
bands
heard of him.
for all you people out there.
I mean, I'm from
Um,
Iowa.
he,
I don't know how I'd know about him.
yeah, I wanted to make sure you all knew. He also writes books and I believe podcasts. So
So
if you
he's an
haven't heard of this
author.
Corey Taylor
He's an
guy,
author, right?
he's an
Oh,
auteur.
an auteur.
Yeah, he's going. This kid is going places. Take it from
Shit.
me. This is a sure bet.
This
Sure
is
bet's a 21.
you heard it here first.
Corey Taylor. This guy's going places next year, 2021.
It's
COVID
gonna
be
be his
damned.
year.
I feel it. He was going to sing on Worship Music, the album from Anthrax.
I did
So
hear
I
that.
guess John Bush fell through, and then he was going to join, but I guess it was a record label. His record label said, "Can't do it.
I feel like that was a pretty
Can't do it, man."
stupid decision by someone or some group of someone's. Like, if they both agreed that it was going to
That's
be
got
like,
money
if
on
they
it,
both
man.
agreed it was going to be a one off, like, shit, man. I think that would have been good for Anthrax and good for Taylor, and it would have been interesting nonetheless. I
Corey
mean,
Taylor. Yeah,
Taylor Swift.
oh, this guy. No, we're talking about this Corey Taylor
Oh,
kid,
I
Mr.
thought
Corey
Taylor
Taylor.
Swift was going to sing on an Anthrax record. Excuse me.
I'd take that too. The Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't let this happen. I mean, I love Belladonna, and the record turned out one of the best
Yeah.
albums Anthrax has made. But I still would like to hear what Corey Taylor would have done with it too. Like,
I mean,
I'm
here we
curious.
go. Most excellent edition. I think it was like, hey, we're going to have Corey Taylor sing on a record. Nope. Hey, we're going to have this guy that nobody knows that takes an upper decker on the bus and gets kicked out. And then, okay, no, we'll get
Hmm.
Joey Belladonna, who might be one of the nicest dudes and most hardworking and just greatest vocalist in metal. And okay, yeah, we'll get him back. It's
Yep.
just funny, man.
Yeah. I think that would be just like they see dollar signs, Anthrax plus Corey Taylor. You think the labels would just be like, let's make this happen, let's split
I
it,
think if
let's make some
anything,
money,
it just,
whatever.
uh, I mean, the fact that and now they're playing SOD songs in quarantine and whatever, like to me, it just shows that they are artists willing to try, different things for the art. So I gotta say I like it. I mean, it's zany. A lot of those things. There's a lot zany with that. And I mean, from a fan standpoint, I remember once they were talking about they were going to tour with Bush and Belladonna, and that would be cool in my book. Um, but yeah, no,
Hmm.
to me, it's just like they seem like legit artists that also play really heavy metal, and I can't fuck with that.
Yep. My last two things aren't really stories, just kind of a hey, heads up, these things are happening. So on top of the Bill and Ted record coming out, also Dave Mustaine has a new book out, and Rob Halford is his autobiography is coming out in September also. So
Yeah, I look.
a lot of metal
The
stuff
Dave
coming
Mustaine book is
real soon.
about specifically Rust in Peace focused, right? Is my what I
Yep,
gathered.
that's
Yeah,
correct. Yeah, Yeah, they're gonna focus on just like the gestation of and making of that record. So sure, a lot of G-rated
Yeah,
stories and
from both those.
a lot of good night's sleep.
Yeah,
From what I hear, is what fueled that record was just sleeping 8 hours a night, meditating, drinking water, push-ups,
yeah, absolutely
and eight
no
balls.
ramming it down and no riding free. None of
No.
that.
So I'm excited for all those things, and you'll hear Marco and I talk about those, I'm sure. So
This
fun stuff in
we
the
gotta
metal world
we gotta
coming
pay
up.
the bills here real quick with
We
we
do.
got it's that time, you know, we'd hate to do it, but this is Death's Fat Reaper workout. Tired of losing at board games? Don't ever get Melvined again. Gain confidence, make new friends, stand up to a total dickweed of a boss. Don't get your butt overlooked. Reap calories with Death's Fat Reaper workout.
That's good. I like that we're branching out into the health market
Yeah, I mean, it's important to stay in
with
shape.
death.
Yeah, and who else to,
Endorsed by death.
yes, who
If you
else?
can't believe death itself, himself, itself, if you can't believe death, then he would know about being overweight and
He
dying.
also knows
So
about losing at
he's telling you,
electric
got
football, tabletop little
yeah,
dude
and
football.
and and Twister and Battleship,
Clue
and
with
you
the
might get a best two out of
candlestick.
three out of there. Yeah, see, you got to keep your mind sharp. Exercise works your mind, not just your physical body. So
And
get on Death's program.
we're continuing with it to ride into the playlist. I even kept my Bill and Ted theme going here with my first track.
I'm not gonna
I
complain.
My first track is it's Faith No More with Zombie Eaters, and
Nice.
this I just really loved this song, but this album just kind of like it was hard, but with like a sense of humor, kind of a dark sense of humor, and yeah, and also that you know Martin was in the Bogus Journey. James Martin from Faith No Moss Station. But yeah, no, this is just a heavy song, and um, it's I don't know, it gets my attention every time. I think it will get your attention as well.
Yeah, yeah, they kick ass. Faith No More is just one of those bands that just keeps on rocking. Music just hasn't lost any power.
And I
Still
think it's
kicks ass.
crazy.
So
Jim
hell
Martin
yeah.
at one time was in a band called Agents of Misfortune with Cliff Burton in the 70s. Did
Really,
you know that? I
I didn't
think
know
there's
that.
some video
Uh.
existing of them playing together at that time period. Check it out.
That's rad. I will. My first pick is a band that I believe you and I saw on VH1 super late at night or MTV3 or something like way back in the day when they were playing old school videos. But it's the band is called Easy O and the song is Flashback Heart Attack
Flashback, heart
from
attack.
Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song is
Ugh.
still fucking
Yeah,
catchy and
heavy,
still really
heavy as
good.
shit.
Yeah, really good song, really good songwriting, really good band. Just you don't get doesn't get hyped a lot. So Easy O, check them out
Yeah,
if you have not.
and
It's
you
just
don't
still
have to take
catchy.
our word for it. You can take Ricky Rackman's
No, you
word
don't.
for it.
You can.
There's
But yeah, that was just caught in my
on a
head, and I had
side
to put it on
note
the
that
list.
have you ever heard his podcast? It's like Tales from the
Ricky?
Cat
No, I'm
House or
not.
something. I always thought he was like a cheat. I always like thought Dave Mustaine was serious when he was like making fun of him and shit. So I just hated him just because of that. And like, um, but no, I guess like actually they're friends, and that's just Dave Mustaine's thing is to bust his balls all the time. So that kind of changed. It opened me up a little bit. That and at his club, I guess they had like No Wimps Night. So they had like Exodus play, and Megadeth actually played a show at his club like as Vic and the Rattleheads. So it would be a cool thing because they played at a small club and they went as Vic and the Rattleheads because you couldn't just have Megadeth play in a small club at the time. So there's some cool stuff there to dig into. But yeah, EZO
That's rad.
Flashback Heart Attack, great song, great jam.
If that wasn't a cut, if that doesn't get caught in your head, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your next pick, sir?
Coming in hot is Primus with Too Many Puppies, and
Oh
this is
shit.
another most excellent band edition because Primus was in the Battle of the Bands in Bogus Journey, and it. I think I just thought that was always interesting. Like they didn't really focus on Primus, so if you didn't know who they were just kind of like this band in a movie. But if you knew who they were, it was fucking rad to see Primus in Bogus Journey. And Too Many Puppies, I think, is it was actually the first song that
Heavy song.
I believe it was the first song that Les Claypool composed as Primus, anyway. And just kind of one of those just really heavy jams of Primus that is kind of always tends to be my favorite songs by them.
Super super fucking heavy song.
Yeah, and
And fun. It's like fun and heavy at the same
fun and
time.
heavy and like a heavy topic, but still fun. I think Primus is pretty good at that. Like they have songs that say something,
Yeah.
but it's still fun. And yeah, I mean, it kind of plays on the idea of the dogs of war by calling them puppies, like young people getting shipped off to war and in Soviet, Afghan, Iran, Iraq, that sort of thing. And it's just like it's a good jam with a good uh, message in my humble opinion. But yeah, Lester Claypool bringing you the
Also break
heavy.
the speakers.
Yeah, it will break your speakers.
It'll break your car speakers if you're
Yes,
not careful.
it will break. Yeah, it'll break your face.
That's a lot of bass.
Yeah,
It's a good. I think that's the first song that it was like, oh okay, because you were listening to him a lot before me, and I was like, I don't know. Then I heard that, and I was like, oh okay, I get it now. My next pick is Dawkin, When Heaven Comes Down, off of the Tooth and Nail album. So I just recently found out that George Lynch didn't do too much writing on the first record. I guess Don Dawkin had most of it already built out. So Tooth and Nail was when George Lynch really first started to stretch out and start writing and stuff. So When Heaven Comes Down is just a
mm.
heavy ass song. So Dawkins kind of gets lumped into the Hairspray world, which is whatever because I love that stuff too. But that song is just heavy. I don't give a fuck who wore Hairspray or didn't. That song's
It's
heavy.
heavier than George Carlin in a Pam Grier costume. Yeah, no,
Pulls.
Tooth and Nail can't. Ugh. I did know that actually. I think that I guess it was a lot of that vision was started off by Dawkins and Don Dawkins, and I think that's why it's named after him, but also why they've kind of like come to accept that he's not can't do what he used to do, but they stick with him just because that's kind of like it's always been you know Dawkins. And can you have Dawkins without Dawkins? I don't know. Probably not.
And it rhymes. It rhymes with dog or
Can you
rock.
have Rockin' without
I couldn't
Dawkins?
say it.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
not.
Think about that. Think about that.
Think about it.
It's a thinking show.
The my next track is Megadeth with Curveball Breakpoint, and
Oh, okay.
Megadeth
Thought you were gonna go
was
one way.
on the Bogus Journey soundtrack, and Go to Hell was in that movie. But since that got mentioned last week, I thought I would curveball it. Hidden Treasures has always been one of my favorite just records. Just it is weird because it wasn't intended to be a record. It was just a collection of tracks. But goddamn, like just some amazing music. And I also did this just because I wanted to talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie, What's your take on that? Quick hot take. Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, the movie horrible.
You thought so?
I have nothing
Wow.
happen. Nothing makes me happy with
Really?
that
I
movie.
think you need to rewatch
I
it.
know
I
people
think you
have good
need to
memories of that one.
rewatch it.
Oh man, I know people have good memories of that movie, but
I feel like Bob
it missed me
Hoskins
by a
and
yard back in
John
the day.
Leguizamo were
No,
the perfect
I know what you
Mario
want me to
Brothers.
feel. Yoshi is creepy.
Yeah,
They
and
made Yoshi so
Dennis
creepy.
Hopper as King Koopa. Come on. Come on.
Why they have to do my boy Yoshi like that? He's not cute. He's scary.
I think you need
It's
to
just
rewatch it.
I love Bob Hoskins. Let's put that on the ground. Let's put that on the table. I couldn't do it. I've even watched the documentary about how they made it and everyone was drunk and they had like a lot of money but then no money. I don't know.
It's because
I'll try
they
it.
had to build a mushroom kingdom that would replicated, under a
It's
dinosaur
madness.
version of New York City. That's going to cost a little bit of money.
It's
That's going to
fucking
cost a
madness.
chunk of change, bro.
It's like Blade Runner and a creepy Yoshi, and I'm not here for it, but I'll
You know
try it again. I'll do
those
what I
jump
gotta
boots.
do.
That costs a little bit of money.
Yeah. Ugh. I'll go back. I'll try. Speaking of old ones, my fiance is away for the weekend, so I just had ridiculous movies running on the TVs. So I had at one point I had Three Ninjas, the original from '92, running while I was doing stuff around the house, and that movie's crazy. And I forgot about not Steven Seagal is the bad guy in that.
Who?
He looks like
Oh,
Steven
okay,
Seagal, but
not
he's
Steven
not
Seagal.
Steven
Yeah,
Seagal.
and I
Not
think I
Steven
do.
Seagal is in
Yeah,
it.
and weren't the like the goofy bad guys were like metalheads or something, right?
Yeah, one dude has like a sad but true
What
T-shirt
is
on,
it?
and they try and kidnap the kids. It's like the
Oh
sad but
yeah,
true
yeah,
artwork from the Black
yeah.
Album, like the two dueling skulls. Yeah, yep. No time. I'll see. I'll catch you
We're
later,
gonna eat
pizza
some
dude or
za.
burger dude.
Yeah, yeah. Get some
Eat some
za.
za. They shouldn't have trusted that milkshake. Why would they drink an open milkshake when they know these kids are pranksters and
I know.
ninjas? Ninja. They're
I
ninja and
wouldn't just drink
pranksters.
a milkshake that I came upon. That's just not something. That's
I
just not
wouldn't
a good
trust those
life
kids.
decision. Yeah,
You know they've spent their whole life training ninjutsu. Why are you gonna go in there and
I
just act cocky and act like you run the
I did
place?
watch. I
You're gonna
watched a
get hurt.
classic old school flick the other day. I watched Turner and Hooch.
Oh, good one. Don't eat the car.
Don't eat it.
Yeah, that dog breaks wind in the police station and everybody has to leave. No one's happy about it. And that dog can drink his own beer. Craig T. Nelson is in it. Carl Winslow's in it.
Yeah,
Good movie. Don't make him like that
I
no
don't.
more.
Yeah, I mean,
See what pick? I'm in movie town now. I forgot even what we were talking about. Now I just want to watch Turner and Hooch.
that's what we were talking about.
Um,
It's a
doesn't the bad guy in Turner and Hooch have slick back hair
in
too?
the
There's a lot of
'90s.
slick back
That was the look.
ponytails. Like the bad guy from Kindergarten Cop had the slick back
Yeah, and
ponytail too. That was how you knew he
I
was
know
like
we have,
trouble.
a lot of sponsors that you may have trouble finding. So I want to actually tell you this one is easy to find. You actually should look at this. Just make a, um, we had Nate Phillips from Traffic Death on our first show, and he's got
Yes.
this merchandise that is really hot. I think you need to check out. It's well, speaking of old goofy movies, the Hulk Hogan movie No Holds Barred.
Love the Goofy
He's
movie.
got some amazing merchandise featuring things that happen in that movie, and also this Uncle Buck shirt that is glorious. Um, he's crude,
Yep.
he's crass, he's family. Oh no, it's Uncle Buck. Available for the first time in
Media
years,
Crypt.
a shirt about Uncle Buck. Maybe ever. The first time ever, maybe. I think it's actually sold out, but you got to keep watching for another print.
Yeah, stay
It's
on it, man.
Media
He's
Crypt,
always making cool stuff.
MediaCrypt.com,
Media Crypt.
MediaCrypt.bigcartel.com. But just look up Nate Traffic Death Media Crypt. You'll find it. Check this shit out. This shit's fire.
Yeah, it's great. He make every time I'm on there. There's always something cool. Like if I'm sure if you're listening to this right now, you'll find something that you like. Cause yeah, he likes it. He always makes cool shit. And hell yeah, I almost yeah. Every last time I went on there, I put like 10 things in my cart, and I was like, I gotta whittle this down. I gotta pay my electricity bill same week. But yeah, hey, remember that time in No Holds Barred when Hulk Hogan has to share a room with that lady he just met, and they put up a sheet to divide the two beds, and she wakes up 'cause she thinks something's happening.
She thinks
'Cause she hears
something
sounds, so then she pulls the sheet
uncouth
back.
may be happening.
But then it wasn't uncouth; it was just weird because he was just doing foot on the bed push-ups at
Which
2 in the morning,
no
like
one
furiously.
no
So
one does.
not inappropriate,
Not
but
even the
still
most
weird.
people
Still
at the
weird.
peak of physical human condition have never done those sort of push-ups, but he
Yeah,
did them
you got.
when he was sharing
Yeah,
a
it's not
bed.
creepy. It's
I
like
mean, it's kind of creepy.
yeah,
Maybe it's more
yeah,
creepy.
yeah.
It's
All
more
right, it is
creepy
creepy.
than if he
He's
was
preparing.
doing, the other thing.
What's
It's
he
more
training
creepy
for?
than if he was doing the
Yeah,
other
he's.
thing, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, call in, folks. Give us your
What do you
opinion on
think
that
is
scene.
creepier? Let us know. Let
Call
us
in,
know.
cast your
Call
vote.
the
Cast your
hotline
vote
now
today.
at
Call the hotline now. 25 cents per call.
you know
Ask your parents
the other
before
thing
calling.
that's
Creep
sad to
phone.
me is that there's not really any phone booths anymore, man. Have you seen one? I haven't seen one. To me, that I'm afraid. I think
Yeah, it's
maybe
probably the saddest thing.
the evil forces have won, because how the fuck else are we gonna do? They got rid of all the phone booths, man. You can't do the Matrix. You
Verizon.
can't do Bill and Ted. Like, you can't fight. How are you gonna fight it
Yeah.
without a phone booth? You can't
All
do
Keanu,
Doctor
all the Keanu
Who.
Reeves movies wouldn't be
No.
possible now.
What? I know. I'm scared.
If you used to, it used to be if you had a quarter or a quarter and a dime in your pocket, you know you could call
Did
somebody if you
everybody
got into a
take the blue
pinch.
pill and now there's no
Um,
more phone
you know,
booths? Is that what happened?
there's no more scenes in movies where you're bouncing around being like, "Does anyone have a quarter?" Because you have to make a call
Yeah.
and it's emergency.
No. Now
That
you
doesn't
gotta
happen
like
anymore,
harass someone to use their cell phone. It is.
which is worse because it's all in their
Yeah, you
pocket
don't
all
know where
day
those
getting
things have
hot.
been.
Like those gummy bears in Ferris Bueller, that chick that had the gummy
I
bears in
mean,
her
if you are
pocket,
any
that's a
kind
phone
of
now.
germ
You don't want
conscious
that.
person, I mean, phones and TV remotes,
I don't want that on my
you don't want
face.
that. Door handles, you know,
It's true.
you got to open that shit like Steve Martin.
Yep. With the little cloth. Oh yeah, just hold it out to the
I
side. For the
think
people
we're
who
on
can't
to
see
our
right
new
now, we're
tracks.
mimicking
We got lost
planes
in
trades.
space and time, but we're back.
Actually,
Oh, okay.
I still have one old school one.
We're breaking the rules.
We got
We're
so far
bending
off.
your mind here.
Yeah. That's all right. That's good
Hmm.
content. The kids love it.
We walked
The
into
kids
a
love this one.
room of
Uh,
children,
my last old
bending
school.
spoons and
That's
space
what you said,
juggling blocks or whatever,
listeners.
you know.
Yes. I was
Oh,
going Spaceballs. You walked into a
the
room of
merchandising,
merchandising.
the quest
But
for
both
more
of these are
money.
rooms.
May the Schwartz be with you. Yeah,
Flamethrower. The
the
kids
kids
love it.
love it.
Yogurt.
Yogurt the doll.
Yogurt. If you guys haven't seen that
I
movie,
mean,
then
I'm fucking
fuck.
Star Warsed out, bro.
Psychic
I like
Hit.
that movie better than Star Wars now. I gotta say, I would rather watch Spaceballs.
Yeah, Spaceballs never disappoint. If you put Spaceballs on at any time, any place, anywhere, I don't care what happened to me that day. I'm like, yeah, let's watch it.
Let's get down with this
Um,
tail wagging action.
the
I guess that was,
More
yeah, it
more
was
John
really a
Candy. The third
challenge, I
pick I
guess, to
have
get
is
that tail wagging in Spaceballs. That was a thing.
they put
I
money into
guess
that one. They got a
Pizza
fucking
the Hut
robot
was
going through the
also
desert.
really
How'd
hard to
that work?
film. They put a lot of love into that movie.
And Pizza the Hut's buddy is
He
a
eats him.
robot. He
Yeah,
eats him.
ate himself to death.
Yeah. Everybody wants a
Of
piece
Dom
of Pizza the
DeLuise.
Hut.
Hi, hi,
I
hi,
forgot it
hi.
really was. I thought you were I thought you were riffing at first,
I
so I was
think
like,
it
"Oh yeah, it
was.
was him." The Hut's gonna send out for you. Was he Rob? Was that Unsolved
It
Mysteries in the
could.
robot
It
makeup? I
seems
don't
like it.
remember. Fuck my life.
It was.
It is. It's fact now.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, it is now. My my third pick is the band is called Psychic Hit. They're from Oakland, California. This song is called The Whip, and they only have an EP out, but it kicks a lot of ass. So if you haven't heard of Psychic Hit, definitely go out there and support them. I think they're writing right now and obviously aren't touring at the moment, but
What was
check
that
out their
band
EP
name?
while they're working on new stuff because they're one to
Psychic
watch.
Hit.
Psychic
I was
Hit.
just hoping that I'm just gonna
Yep.
pretend your last pick was Bon Jovi with "Raise Your Hands" just to tie into the whole Spaceballs theme.
Oh, it's a good song. Man, that was a party, man. Whenever I see that scene, that just makes me happy. It's like I
Eating,
want to be
homie,
on the ship. I want to
eating
be
dog
flying through space,
biscuits.
eating chicken. Yep. Just flying through space, looking for
Hmm.
adventure, man.
That's the life. Looking for space
Looking for money.
butts.
Then the next thing you know, somebody sucked all the air out of a planet. You got to go unsuck it.
Yes,
Got to go from suck to blow. It's just a whole lot to do.
it's a daunting task.
And they wonder why we turned out this way. They should have never let us have
Yes,
Spaceballs.
my new songs.
New
That's what we're
songs.
about. We got my first new song is this is it's called the band is called Firstborn, and this song is called Roll the Dice. And there are some people in here you might recognize: Chris Adler, James Lamenzo, and Girish Pradhan from Girish and the Chronicles is on vocals. It's just it's a heavy rock and roll with a really interesting lineup, and I think you'll dig it. So crank this. It's Firstborn with Roll the Dice.
Dope. Let's see. My first new song. The band is called Draconian, and the song is called "The Sacrificial Flame." I have not heard these cats before. They are, to best describe them, it's something that could almost be like in the soundtrack of like a movie about Vikings or like medieval times. It's real dark and doomy. If you like doom and sludge metal, it's got that pace. And then it's got like clean vocals, so I didn't know if it was gonna go like opera metal world, but it never goes full tilt that way. It's just real kind of progressive. Like their songs are like 8 minute long, like opuses. But if you are a fan of like doom and sludge and just like that Viking metal vibe, like definitely check these cats out. Draconian. These songs are brand new. So they just have these singles out right now. So
Hell
check
yeah!
them out
How yeah. The
on our playlist.
my next track is from that guy you probably never heard of. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Corey Taylor. My next track is Spellbook with the song is called Amulets, and this was goes in that fine tradition of me seeing some badass artwork and wanting to check out the band because of it.
Yeah, it
And
works.
this is somewhere in that um kind of a modern sound that sounds inspired by Sabbath and Pentagram, and maybe a little progressive element in there that those bands didn't have as much of. Um, And then definitely there's, I don't know, there's some Iron Maiden and Alice Cooper vibe in there. Just a really cool um, mix of influence, it sounds. And the artwork was created by Chad Keith. And yeah, check it out. If nothing else, look at that artwork. The spell book, Magic and Mischief is the album, and that's coming out September 25th in, every format known to man. This song is called Amulet and Crank It.
Badass. And I will. Um, let's see if I can. I think I got this right. The whoops. I have them here. It's a
Hey, we're trying to keep
weird
it.
name.
We're
Let's see
trying to
if I
keep
got
it
it right. Yeah.
professional here.
Yes.
We have been on
I
perfect
know.
pacing and not gotten off track at all. So what the fuck are you doing, man?
I can say the title of the song is Acceptance, but the name of the band,
Vianity.
Veonity, Veonity. I might not be pronouncing that correctly, and I had to check. I had to check actual
I don't.
their actual
I
page
don't blame
to
you.
get back
Actually,
to it.
now
But
that I
yes,
see the name, I do not. I don't blame you.
I was like, did I misspell velocity? But I did not. It's Veonity, and the song is Acceptance, and it is kick ass. I'm sorry I messed up your name, dudes, if you are listening.
Those dudes are gonna be
But
pissed.
it's like power metal. They are. They might come for me.
They
They don't know
kind
where
of
I
do.
live exactly.
Not
But
really.
yeah,
They know
they
where
do. They know
they
the
can
city.
find you if they wanted to. Let's just put it that.
It was an honest mistake. I wanted to get it right. List this professional. That's professionalism. It's getting it right. We don't want it. This ain't no rush job. So, yeah, it's power metal zone. It's kick ass. It's catchy. If you like the likes of Halloween, Hammerfall, you're gonna be right at home there. So check them out.
You know, professionalism. Profesh.
Professionalism.
That's what we say around here. Always profesh.
Always professionals. But doing this for 23 years, 17 years.
I
17
always thought it'd be
years,
funny if Keanu Reeves just had a meltdown at some point and was
18
like,
years.
he was like, movie career, like biggest star in the world. But he's like, no, call me the bass player from Dogstar. And just like really wanted to do that thing.
Yep.
I mean, I guess there is this trend of people
The
that do
movies
that,
just
right?
fuel
Like
Dogstar.
David Duchovny, I guess, has been touring and playing music, and Kevin Costner, I guess, like the Bacon brothers,
Kevin
if you will.
Bacon.
So I guess, yeah,
Yeah, that's two
I
Bacons.
did
Two
just
Kevins.
as I mentioned that the AI that rules everything and got rid of all the phone booths brought up this news story. Kevin Costner comments on the postal service because, as you know, he is the postman.
Oh god.
Have you seen
that
that
real?
movie
I can't
ever?
tell
It
if this
has
is a
Tom
joke or
Petty in
not.
it. It's like
I
it's
know
like
the
a
movie.
it's like a
I just didn't know if
dystopian
Keith really
world where there's
commented.
like like white supremacist militias
Wow.
taking over, and
So hard to
Costner
believe.
like Costner recreates the postal
Wow.
service to like fight the good fight. I feel like it's coming. I mean, it's who
Wow.
would have
What a
known we would live the
far-fetched
postman?
story.
Who would have thought? We need Kevin Costner.
Great times. Did he really
did.
comment on the
That's
postal
real. That
service?
really happened.
Does that
It's
really
like,
happen? Okay.
I don't know.
I
You
bet it was great.
you had
I
to
bet
be
it
there.
was great commentary. Dance with Wolves was streaming on Amazon Prime. I
Who
saw it. I
ever
didn't
thought
watch
like
it, but I
let's
saw it
start
and
this
I
movie
laughed.
off with Kevin Costner drinking his own urine? Who thought that was a good idea?
I'd take
I'm
Waterworld over The Postman. If we're gonna live in a Kevin Costner hellscape, I would take the world
I mean, Dennis
created by
Hopper is there.
Waterworld over
So once
Postman.
again, the Hopper It's gotta keep my eye
Yeah, and
out.
everyone's got speedboats.
Yeah, everyone has like.
He's back. All these
It's a good
great
thing
Dennis
that all
Hopper movies that
those
you brought to
all
me today.
those
These
you
great Dennis
know
Hopper memories.
motor skis, all those jet skis survived. Everything else destroyed, but lots of jet skis still survive somehow.
Who knew we'd bring up two Dennis Hopper movies
Dennis
where he was
Hopper in
also
a
an action
movie,
figure
synchronicity.
in
This
one
is the
call?
awesome addition, totally non-bogus addition, and Dennis Hopper in that movie with Keanu Reeves, River's Edge. I think it's time. I think it's time to
Yep.
go. I think
Look at that.
you're cut off. You're cut off.
Oh, we don't want to
No,
quote one. Don't do any quotes from that.
not today.
You want to do any
We're
quotes
keeping
from
this.
that
This is a
movie?
kid show.
Okay. All right. I won't. I will say no more. Go find all those movies for
Even though
yourself
it's
out
the
there,
internet
folks,
and
and
there's
enjoy
no
them.
FCC, no Tipper Gore, we have a limit. We have a limit on f bombs.
No, we can say whatever we want on here.
We have a self-imposed
We used to be
limit on
radio
vulgarity,
men.
and we've hit that. It's been a vulgar display of podcasting. We're trying to be more
radio.
more
We're radio
extreme,
men.
not the band.
Men of radio. Yes.
Heavy radio.
That's what radio
9.
taught us.
We got to 9. That means we're
Professional.
The big.
That 10 is
The big
next week
1-0.
then. Look at that. Double digits.
Hey,
Up.
hang,
We'll see you later, folks. Check out the
hang 10, it's
playlist
Point
on
Break.
Spotify and
How many
YouTube.
Keanu Reeves references can we
Oh, no, you're done. No, you're cut off. You're done.
kill the microphone? Kill
Bye,
it.
folks.